We hosted a party for over 15 people, and for our part, we wanted to make something filling and easy to serve. We ended up making two dishes, veal parmesan and a savory cornmeal casserole. Both are crowd-style foods that can be made ahead, warmed up easily, and served in portions, which made things a lot less stressful for the day of the party. For the veal parmesan, I started by frying some breaded veal in some olive oil. A lot of people use regular vegetable oil, but I always prefer olive oil. I find it does not give it a weird taste or anything, and it's a little bit healthier. Of course, I had to have my coffee in the middle of it. I know that you can bread your own veal, but for this, we just use the pre-breaded veal you can buy in a box. It's a lot easier for me. I'm not good at breading things, and so this was the way to go for us. So to layer it in the pans, I used the sauce that I pre-made. And for the sauce, I'll link my video below on how I make my pasta sauce. It is the same thing with the infused vegetables, except I don't add meat to the sauce because obviously we're using veal here, so you don't need to have extra meat in the sauce. So it's just tomato sauce with some blended vegetables inside it and then cooked down. I will link the video below. So you layer your sauce, you put a layer of meat, you put a little bit more sauce, and then you go in with a hefty dose of Parmesan cheese. And then you go on with another layer of the meat, again with the sauce, and again cover it with Parmesan. Because the veal is already pre-cooked, you could just leave this overnight in the fridge, and then the day of the party, you could just put it into the oven and bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes at 390 to 400. This is a really nice thing to make ahead for a party. Like I've made this for parties and brought it to parties when we had potlucks or whatever. So I just covered it with some foil, put it in the fridge overnight, and the next day just put it in the oven. Then with the cornmeal casserole, this was very exciting for me because I've never made a cornmeal casserole and I was really looking forward to it. So you start with 8 eggs, you mix those really well, and then I added 3 cups of oat milk. You have to do the wet ingredients first and then mix in the dry ingredients after. So I mixed that in well and then went in with 2 cups of 0% Greek yogurt. It's just the yogurt that I get from Costco. I mixed that in and then I added 1 tablespoon of sugar. Some recipes ask for more sugar, but I wanted this to be more savory than sweet, so I just did 1 tablespoon of sugar. I put in 5 teaspoons of salt and 4 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I initially put in 3 cups of cornmeal, but after a while I realized that it was a little bit runny, so I ended up putting 4 cups of cornmeal, so I added 1 more cup. And then to make this gluten-free, I added 2 more cups of oat flour. So I just made my oat flour the way I always make my oat flour. I just blended up some oats that I got from Bulk Barn. And then I forgot to add 3/4 cups of olive oil. So I added this after, and this is, as you can see here, the reason why you're supposed to go in with wet ingredients and then dry ingredients after. And then to give it that extra rich flavor and to make it a little more savory, I also added just under a cup of Parmesan cheese and mixed that in really well. Then I went ahead and prepared 2 tin pans. I was really worried that it was gonna stick, so I read somewhere that if you spray it once with olive spray or any kind of spray, and then put parchment paper down and then spray it again, it prevents stickiness, and it really did. Because I was hosting, I really did not want it to stick or have a disaster, so I followed these instructions and it worked like a charm. So I put it into the oven at 400. I cooked it for 40 minutes. I think it could have done with like 37 minutes, so just check it. It was maybe just slightly overdone, but it was still really, really delicious. So we just cut it up into small squares, and it's easy enough to grab and go. We also had a little cheese board for appetizers, so my husband's cutting up some cheese, and here's the little pre-snacks that we had, which was really cute. I have the little gingerbread people that my kids made, and I'll link the recipe to that. And this is the spread. So our friends were kind enough to also bring some sausages in sauce, as well as mini empanadas. I also made my famous salad, the everything salad, and we ordered pizza because there was kids there as well. So overall, everybody was full afterwards. Subscribe for more mom-friendly and kid-friendly recipes to fit real life. Enjoy!